Tuesdays with Master Coach A. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another live episode of our weekly conversation here inside our Coach A coaching community. This is already our sixth episode. So if this is the first time that you are joining us, if this is the first time that you're joining me, and this is the first time that you are encountering me face to face here online, I am Master Coach A. I am the Chief community builder here inside Coach A community. Yes, you heard it right. I am the chief tribe builder, community builder, because I am not the only builder inside the tribe, inside this community. I am being joined by fellow change agents, life coaches, and entrepreneurs inside Coach A Coaching Club, inside Coach A Coaching Upskills, inside our institute, and inside, of course, our Decaf Coffee Republic family, the home of certified life coaches, where inspiration begins and transformation happens. So this is the community. You might be part of this and you may not be understanding exactly what you get into, and you just get attracted with Coach A coaching community. So you wanted coaching, you wanted to know more about coaching, you wanted to be part of a coaching community, and you hop in. So thank you so much. So this community has been like 3 years old, okay, more than 3 years old. So this started 2018, and what I wanted to do when I started this community is to be able to bring in a lot of questions, a lot of opportunities for us to have a conversation. Yes, a lot of questions and not a lot of answers. So if you probably have seen if you are here, even for the first time, you could hop in and check on the cover photo of this community, and you would see that I don't have all the answers to all your questions. Otherwise, on the contrary, I have a lot of questions for you so that you will be able to think about life and consider what are your options, how can you move forward. And so for the longest time, I've been serving outside the community. When I say serving outside the community, I've been doing all my talks inside Decaf Coffee Republic. I'm doing it live before pandemic, and we're airing it and we're sharing it inside the community. I've done a couple of talks inside Life Coaching Philippines. Life Coach Philippines is the community, okay, the page for our coaching professionals, okay. And I also have my page, Coach A page, and all of these things is happening outside the community. And then I realized that you've been here for quite some time, okay? And I have not created something specifically for you. And so this 2021, the beginning of a new decade, I'm making a commitment to really grow this community, to give back to you, okay? You have been, you've been supporting me. You've been a part of from all over, okay? And this community is continuously growing. So thank you so much for being here. So I'm a professional certified life coach, and I represent the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneur. I am actually the global partner of Master Coach Lakenda Smiley. She is the CEO and the founder of the Institute, just in case my sister is up and watching. Hello, sister. I love you. I missed you. Okay. Giving honor to you. Okay. So the Institute is based in Dallas, Texas, USA. And we have a global footing, the advancement of a global footing. And it started in the Philippines 3 years ago. Right now, we are a group, we are a tribe. We have certified 300 coaching professionals. And the next certification class is happening this February 19 and 25. I hope I got it right. If not, Coach Rizal, please type in the chat box the right date for our certification class, but I know it's on the 19th. The first day is on the 19th. So I look forward seeing you. And if this is like something that you want to do, so how do you know that coaching is for you? So inside this community, Coach A coaching community, we are being joined by entrepreneurs, thought leaders, psychiatry, psychologists, therapies, and other service providers. So there's a lot of people here, and we've got also some business owners joining us here and looking into the opportunities of being able to see how coaching, the platform of coaching, will be able to help you out. So if you are here, okay, let me know in the chat box exactly what you need, okay? You might probably heard of life coaching, but you're not so sure about what we do, how we can help, and how we can advance, okay? So let me know in the chat box if this is something that you want to explore, especially this season of pandemic, the global transition, the new landscape have arrived, and many of us is still not, getting the hang of it. Can we still go back back to the old? Can we still have the old lifestyle and all of these things? Maybe this is the time for you to take a look like coachings. Okay. So today, okay, I am continuing my series on public speaking. So over a week ago, okay, so I had this private class where I invited people who wants to learn about public speaking in the platform of life coaching. And there's a lot of people who join in that class. And then again, I realized, why don't I just do it inside my community? Why don't I just bring that conversation? Why don't I bring in that, okay, talks inside our community? And so last Tuesday, I started bringing in the concept, the talk, the techniques, the strategy, and all about the things about public speaking. Okay. So I am on a series, like I've started it last Tuesday, and I want to do it for 3 Tuesdays. So I'm gonna be doing this again next Tuesday, okay, before I formally launch my class on public speaking. Okay, so why public speaking? If this is also the first time that you're meeting and knowing me more as a professional service provider, in this community, my goal, my mission is to gather and build a tribe of 1 million change agents who are mentally fit, who choose to stay alive, who choose to stay alive and live beautifully. So my mission is that to gather people like me who might have been a lot of things in life, who've been through a lot in life, and yet we say yes to life, we choose to stay alive, and live beautifully. So that's the overarching of the many things that I do as a service provider. And through the years of my service, a lot of people suffer from depression, anxiety, and mental challenges, not necessarily clinically diagnosed, but they know within themselves that there is something that's bothering them. And in the course of conversation, in the course of my communications with them, over and over, one overarching theme will always come into form. And that is their fear of speaking, their inability to speak, their inability to express. And so, if you are one person who's into that, okay, well, I would appreciate if you say yes in the chat box so I'm able to see you right now, okay? But maybe I want to challenge you, join me on screen this afternoon. If you are one person who's been so scared about talking, who've been scared about sharing your thoughts, who always concerned if did I say the right thing? Did I utter the right words? Did I say it the way it should have been said? Or maybe you tried it in the past and all of a sudden your talk, your expressions, your communications didn't really turn out the way you want it to be. So if you are one person and you wanted to break through and you wanted to break out, okay, from whatever is engaging you today, I want to encourage you to hop in, get ready on the backstage. There are 9 people that can join me on screen today. If you are hopping in and you are the 10th person, you could probably still come in, but I'm sorry, I will not be able to call you on screen. Okay, so that's just like a technical limitation. Okay, so StreamYard would allow you to come in, but when we go on screen full, okay, there are only 10 of us who can come in. So myself and the 9 people who wants to join me on screen. So if you want to join me on screen, if you want to come in, you want to hop in, you want to fine tune your communications, your message, click the link in the caption. Join me. Okay. Today we're going to be talking about 3 types of conversation, 3 types of talks that if you master, you will definitely get an opportunity in public speaking. In Tuesdays with Master Coach A, I settled on talking to you about opportunities. Why? Because I know that you are an expert. You have been providing service. Have been showing up every single day, and there's so much in your hands. Unfortunately, not all of us knows how to see an opportunity that truly is intended for us. And so what I wanted to do as I serve inside our community is to focus on opportunities. All the rest of the training, the coaching, and tribe building strategies and techniques, we can talk that inside my private classes, my online classes, my one-on-one coaching program, my group coaching program. But here in Tuesdays with Master Coach A, I want to dive in every single week, serve you with the conversations on opportunities. So then again, for the next 3 weekends. I would say it's 3 Tuesdays. So one Tuesday down. This is the second Tuesday. And then the third Tuesdays will be this coming Tuesdays. So the whole 3 Tuesday, consecutive Tuesdays, I will be sharing opportunities that will truly change and impact the world. So all right. So I think something happened. I got muted or whatever. So let me repeat that. For 3 consecutive Tuesdays of February. So this is the second Tuesday. And then next Tuesday would be the last. Okay. I'm looking for people who want to learn about public speaking, who wants to practice public speaking, and who wants to unlock their opportunities in life through public speaking. If you are one person who's been holding a message that you know can change the world, can impact humanity, it doesn't really matter if you've got the technicalities, because truth of the matter, that's what I'm willing to serve you with. So all I wanted is to invite you on screen right now. There are only 9 people who can come in. Click the link below or up in there, wherever you're seeing the link, okay, in the caption of this live. Join me in the conversation, okay? So this is going to be okay. We've done this last week and it was fun. Okay, so I can see right now at least two. Okay, TJ and Coach Man is here. And so 7 more to go. Okay, so let me dive straight now to my talk. The reason why public speaking is in, I believe it's never been out. Public speaking has always been in. It's always been something that a lot of people wants to learn, wants to master, and wants to do. It's because not just we want to occupy a space, we want to occupy a stage, but we want as well to express our inner thoughts. We want to be heard. We want our message to be known. And what kind of message do we truly want to express? These are the message, these are the truths, these are the stories of what we've been through in life. And oftentimes, if you are connecting with me, by the way, okay, to all the viewers right now, let me know in the chat box if you are connecting with me and if this is something that you want to learn. Okay, so going back to public speaking, in the corner of your heart, all of us, I would believe, wants to speak, wants to share, wants to echo a message. We want that. Okay. And this message is actually most of the time the challenges, the dark side, the not so good part of us that we've been holding back. We've been like keeping in our hearts and we're not able to release it. That's truly the essence of the desire to go and do public speaking. Unfortunately, we have been so engaged and we have been so limited with all the technicalities and with all the preliminaries of how to speak. In this episode, in this series, and the classes that I want to do and I want to serve my community with, I want you to understand that in public speaking, you unlock your opportunities because you are unlocking your message that will truly change and impact the world. So I want to talk to you about 3 types of talks Okay, three types of speeches, three types of conversations, or three types of um, messaging that you do whenever there is an opportunity or occasion to speak. Okay, so there are three things, three types of this. And what I wanted you to understand is that when you master this, okay, when you master this, definitely you can speak in every occasion. Are you ready? Okay, so let me know in the chat box if this is something that's connecting and you are excited to learn. So I've got people in here joining me. Okay, so the slots will definitely fill in a little while. So if you want to join me in a, on screen, let me know by clicking and joining me right now on the backstage. And if you're joining me right now on the backstage, coaches, entrepreneurs, let your friends know. Let the people know that you're here. Okay, let's have a conversations with them. Okay, so come on now. I'm waiting for you. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, when you want to journey on mastering the art of speaking to an audience, remember that an audience doesn't even have to be an audience below the speaking platform. Public speaking is not limited to a TED Talk platform, to an auditorium platform, to a big crowd platform. Okay? When you have a message, even the people in your office, a group of 5 people, 10 people listening to you, that is public speaking. Okay, so we're gonna dive into that in our conversations, in our educations, in our learning. Okay, so if you are one person who is interested to learn from me, okay, both how to speak online and offline, how to monetize your speaking capability. Okay, so let me know, connect with us, connect with Coach Rizal so that we give you the details of the upcoming class on March. Specifically, I want my community, this community, Coach A coaching community, to benefit from the conversations. Because then again, if you are joining, public speaking will bring sanity to us. Okay? Because many people who cannot speak have mental challenges, and oftentimes our mental challenges originates from our inability to express ourselves. Now, if you are in a journey and you are saying yes to a journey of public speaking, speaking to an audience, knowing yourself that there will always be mistakes. You will always commit mistakes, small and large. It is normal to feel nervous and to feel inadequate. Even world-renowned speakers would always feel that way. You will always have the opportunity to say the wrong things and forget the right things. So let me repeat that. You would always have the opportunity to say the wrong things and forget to say the right things. It's normal. You will mumble and stumble and wonder if you will ever get it right. There are many seasoned public speakers who continue to be disappointed with themselves. They might be speaking for a decade and still they stumble and mumble over things. And so, if you desire to achieve excellence in public speaking in this field, what I wanted you to understand is you must be willing to move outside of your comfort zone. And so I want to invite people to join me in a class. And one of the things that sets you apart is that you are willing to get out of your comfort zone. And that's the reason why I'm inviting you to get on screen, to have a conversations with me, and to share with your message with the people. It was simple. Yes, last Tuesday we did it like 3 minutes. You've got the stage with me and you can speak for 3 minutes to share your message. How could it be easier than that? Okay? So, the ability to share your message is starting with your heart. Oh, come on, coach. You've said it again. Yes. Now, let me share with you why it's really the heart. There are three types of talks that you need to unlock, okay, that you need to understand. The first talk that a speaker gives, okay, in every particular opportunity to speak, there are three talks, okay. The first talk is what the speaker plans to give. So, if you are invited to speak, you got an opportunity to speak, one talk, one version is what you plan to speak about. The second is the talk that you actually give when you stand up in front of your audience. Okay? And the third talk, here's the thing, the third talk is the talk you wish you have given. This is the talk that happens afterwards. This is the talk that comes into your mind, okay, that could be giving you excruciating pain when you realize that there is so much gap from what you have spoken, the talk that you have given, and to the talk that you wish you are able to give. The best, the very best of all of these things is that you are able to plan your talk, deliver your talk in a way that you wish to deliver it. So these three talks, these three types of talk, the talk that you want to give, the talk that you actually give, and the talk that you wish you have given would always have gaps. And this is where your anxiety is coming from. This is where your disconnect is coming from. This is where your fear of speaking is coming from. And this is what we intend to bridge. This is where I want to help you, because there would be so much sense of satisfaction, pleasure, achievement when you're able to speak, deliver the talk just as just as you plan it and how you wish it could be. You can master the planning portion by understanding the technicalities, by understanding what should be there, by knowing how much you should be talking, by understanding your audience, your demographics, the profile, by understanding what's the objective, okay, of the talk. That's the way you master it. This is what the inputs you need to deliver. You need to do the research. You need to have a conversation prior with the organizer. You have to have a greater understanding of the people who will be receiving your talk. Now, during the talk, it's a different ballgame. Because when you are now in front of your audience, there is so much energy, there is so much distractions, and there's a lot of conversations that would happen in your mind. As you stand before an audience, as you stand before the crowd, as you stand before a spotlight, there's a lot of things that will hover. There's a lot of things that will make you feel uncomfortable, especially if you cannot see your crowd because there's like a spotlight in there and there's so much light. It is also the same if you can see your audience, because your audience might be connecting with your message and they started to give you a look that maybe you're not expecting. Now, the last part is the conversations or the talk that you wish you had. And this comes from you not believing that you have delivered a message that could change someone else. And in all of these talks and in all of these types, what you wanted to understand is, are you really clear with your message and the why? Why do you have such a message? When you in all of this conversation, in all of this type of talks, it is important that you are very clear. Are you gonna give the talk because you are being paid? Are you gonna talk because you have a message to share? Because oftentimes there's gonna be a disconnect between the message you are being paid to give and the message that you truly want to give. And so when you go home, you're kind of thinking which message, what conversations did really transpire. In all of these things, it matters if you understand the content of your heart. One of the tip one of the many tips that I would tell students, I would tell my people who's starting to speak, is to have your mind be cleared of negativities and your heart be cleared with unforgiveness. Oh, come on, coach. How could you talk about that? We're talking about public speaking. Let me share this with you. When you prepare your talk, the first type of talk where you plan to give, it's easier because truth of the matter, you can do your research, right? You can prepare it in a very powerful PowerPoint presentation. Okay. You can put your graphics in there. You can put your technicalities in there. However, when you stand before an audience, the game changes because now what clutters your brain, whatever is inside your brain and your thoughts, okay, at that moment where these emotions is hitting you will probably be uncontrollable, untamable. And so if your brain is full of clutter, if your brain is full of shit, pardon, if your brain is full of trash, if your brain is full of negativity, it will naturally be shown. It would naturally be heard by your audience. And the value of the heart that is free from offense, a heart that is forgiving, is this. When you look at your audience, there would be different facial expression and they would have different responses to your talk. And a heart that is full of offense will be quick to judge. A heart that is full of unforgiveness will be easily say, oh my goodness, that person is not responding to me. That person is rejecting me, my thoughts and all of this. You see, your fear, your anxiety, your discomfort over public speaking, truth of the matter, comes from your thought process, comes from the content of your heart. And no amount of technicalities, and there's no amount of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of public speaking will correct that because it's an internal works. And so what I wanted you to understand is that I am inviting you to join me in a journey of mastering public speaking so that you unlock a lot of opportunities in your life. Yes, definitely, there are going to be 4-step process, 5-step process, 7 steps. There's a lot of processes that I will teach you so that you will be able to land the opportunities that you want. But I want you also to be clear that in this invitation, truth of the matter, I want you to journey with me in understanding your thought process and how your heart is responding to the people before you. And so I've got people now on the screen. I've got people now on the backstage. And I hope they are ready to share their message right now. And let's see if they would be delivering the plan talk, because some of them have been with me last week. So probably they could have planned for today. Or maybe they're delivering a talk of they wish they could give. Or maybe the talk that will just naturally flow after hearing what I shared about the 3 types of talk. So, are you ready? We're going to give each and every person 3 minutes. And I want you to give them love, show them support, be noisy. My master coach, Lakento, my sister, would always say that be noisy. Let your presence be known. If you know some friends, if you know some people who would be blessed with their speech, bring them on the screen, tag them so that they can hear these people. Okay, so let me call on stage, let me call on screen, okay, ang nagbabalik, okay, no other than TJ. Take it away.
Hello, Coach A. Hello, everybody. So, gulat ako yung nauna. Okay.
Yes, second timer. Okay, DJ, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I've been preparing for this since last week. So,
Awesome.
I wanted to call this the Fear series. I wanted to center it on fear. Kung ano, on what we feel when we face a lot of people and what we feel regarding a lot of things. So, fear is a primal emotion, which means
Yes,
we said earlier last week was it was a part of our survival. It kept us alive. So
correct.
last week I told that it's okay to be afraid, but you don't have to stay that way. So the
Absolutely.
next portion is how do we respond to fear? How do we
Mhm.
stay, how do we stay in that zone
Yeah,
that we can do something? How we can operate while being afraid? So
I love that.
so
Yeah.
there. It was a
Okay.
part of the research before from the school because
Mm-mm,
I was teaching martial arts and I wanted
mm-mm,
to impart self-defense lessons to the students, and I needed to have a paper to back that up. So during my
mm-mm.
research, we have documented 5 responses to fear.
Okay.
So this is scientifically proven. You have 5 responses to fear. So you have the fight response.
Okay.
The fight response is an active resistance that has the intention of overcoming the source of the fear. So whether it be physical fear, emotional, or mental fears. So next is you have the friend response. The friend
Oh,
response is a type of response that tries to de-escalate the level of
okay.
fear or the level of threat that the
Okay.
fear presents or the source of fear presents.
Example.
So, for example, someone gets angry at you, someone confronts you. A
Mm-hmm.
type of friend response would be enacted as you saying that, okay, let's talk about this. Why
Oh,
why are you so angry? Can you tell
okay.
me? I don't know what are the reasons that you are angry. So you try to de-escalate.
Okay.
That's how
Okay.
that's how it's done. You're
Okay.
trying to become a friend to that person or to that source
That's
of
a
fear.
response to your fear of whatever will come out because of that confrontations.
Yeah. So you
Okay.
are you are trying to take the confrontation out by having a dialogue.
Okay.
Next is the flight response. The flight response is an escape mechanism
You
that
run
you want
away.
to get. You run away, you get out of the reach of fear. So
Okay.
it's a perfectly valid response, especially if the source of fear is imminent danger. So, for example,
Okay.
a car careening
Mhm.
towards you. So you just
Run.
get out of the way since you cannot negotiate with that. So that's one example. You have the fourth is the freeze response. The freeze response is a reaction to predators that detect movement or motion, or they get triggered with motion. So you
Mhm.
can see this as, for example, a mouse and a snake. A
Yeah.
mouse will keep still so that the snake would not detect them. So
Mhm.
that's one part. It's
Mhm.
not doing nothing. It is actually keeping still, refraining yourself from exhibiting any kind of motion so that you won't be detected.
Yeah.
So it's like for you're hiding, you're just waiting it out. So that's the freeze response. The last response is when the damage is already there. That is what you call the flop response. So from the freeze response, you devolve into a flop. The flop is self-explanatory since the body flops, it
Yeah.
softens so that your reaction to the fear, the impact is lessened because you have a soft body. So how do we exhibit that mentally and emotionally?
Yeah.
For example, you are being threatened again, let's say by another person. So the flop response is you just follow them, you comply. For example, you
Mhm.
were held at gunpoint.
Yeah.
So there you have that kind of response that you cannot fight, but you'll just have to obey. So from that study, I determined that the 5 responses to fear enable us to survive. However, what people most of the time try to oversimplify is you can only have one response. No.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
responses to fear is not limited to anyone.
Yeah.
You can have all five
All.
responses, or you can just choose which one works for you.
Okay.
If you want to run first, then fight another day, that's good. If you want to fight all out, it's good. So you are not limited to one. That's how
Awesome.
you stay, or that's how you operate while having that kind of fear.
Absolutely. That's
That,
beautiful.
that yeah, so my message would be, you are afraid, how would you respond?
Awesome.
And you have five options, respond as you wish.
Thank
Survive.
you.
So
Thank you so much, TJ. All right. So from the 3 minutes, we're able to extend that conversation to 5 minutes, and it was beautiful. If you are
thank you,
connecting
coach.
with me, thank you so much. Give some love to TJ. Maybe give some emojis, okay? Give some confirmations and affirmations that you've done a great job. You've done a great job, TJ. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very
much.
much, coach.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So if you have connected, that's 5 responses to fear. And he was able to deliver it magnificently. I don't know about you, but not only I learned how to respond with fear, but I believe I'm empowered to respond in a way that would definitely be fitted with me. So what's your response? What's your reactions? How did you like what's your feeling right now? Understand, because normally we've got the flee and the fight, the freeze. Okay? So meron siya ngayong friend, tama ba yung friend and the plop. Okay, the plop side. Okay? And I realized, TJ, you can go in one instance, you can go for all. I think you can go for all in one. 'Di ba? Pag gusto mong buffet type, kaya mo yan. You can go on all 5. But then again, the message of TJ is you can choose one, you can choose what's best for you. Okay, let's call on Coach Maan.
Woohoo! Hello. Sorry for my background. Okay. Yes,
Yay!
I have a guest here. Okay. Hi. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes,
Okay. Cool.
Coach Maan. Okay, you can join on screen.
Yes. I'm so happy to be here. Well, I missed last week, but anyway, this was something. This was actually a message that I have been wanting to share, Master Coach.
Sure.
Um. Anyway, I've Okay, sige, I want to start. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Coach Maan, and I want to ask you today, what do you believe is your value? How much do you see as your worth? I mean, many of us hold our value with how other people see us, right?
Yeah.
Usually, usually we think our value is related to what people say about us or what they don't say about us. Sometimes we even equate it to the actions that we have done, the achievements that we have, the list of honorifics, even the certificates and the achievements.
Yes.
And I was once like that. I grew up surrounded by people telling me I was not fair-skinned enough, I was not thin enough, not beautiful or smart enough. So I decided that if I'm not gonna be like that, I'm just gonna rack up all the achievements, make sure that I would live up to what people think of me. But as you all know, it wasn't enough. Again, it wasn't enough. Even as I continue to do all these things, it wasn't enough. I wasn't enough. I believed that I wasn't enough. I believed it. And not only did I believe it, I lived it.
It. Yeah.
Yes. I lived my life feeling discontented and I was unhappy and at times I was even hopeless. And I was missing a lot of opportunities. I was I was failing to move forward to achieve my dreams because I couldn't see my value. Again, I was limited by what others dictated how I am. And I was allowing my distorted view of myself and others' biased view of myself to dictate me because they don't really know me. And yet I allow them to speak to my life. And it was not until I realized that my value is not based in what others say, but it's really what the Creator said and what He did. It was then that I only begin to truly understand how precious and priceless I am. And, there's freedom in that. When you realize that your value is not based on what others say you are, it's not about the achievements, it's not about how big the house is, it's not the amount in your bank account. I mean, we can all still have zero in our bank account. But when you realize that your value is priceless, you begin to live it. And when you live it, the way you think, the way you speak, the way you behave, and it matches your value. You feel whole, you feel content, you feel free to achieve your goals, and even live and drive for your purpose. And to you who is listening, I don't want you to miss on your best life like I almost did. It's not yet too late. You are valuable, you are worthy. And if you still grapple with that thought, I am here. Let us talk. I want to help you rediscover your value.
Thank you
To send
so
you
much.
here.
That's a beautiful conversation, Coach Maan. That's a beautiful starter. Thank you so much, Coach Maan. I'm sure your little girl is so proud of you. Hey, girl.
Sorry for
Thank
that.
you. Thank you, Coach Maan. Let's call on screen Coach Tien. Hey, Coach Tien, take it away.
Yes,
All the way
I'm up
from Nika
next.
Coffee Republic.
I'm live here from Decaf Coffee Republic, and I'm Coach Dean. And yes, I am calling to all the women out there, women who are in a relationship or who are married. I'm calling you out. Speak up. Get that space back. I am someone who is wanting to help 1 million women create the space that thrives or create a family that thrives. Why? Because I've been there. I've always been someone who has given my all to my family because I was trying to live up to the standards of society that a woman should always be someone who is at home, someone who should provide for the kids, who should be an able supporter of the husband. Yes, I hold on to that to be an able supporter of the husband, but I also have a life to live. There was always that longing in my heart when I was going through the marriage. It doesn't mean that I don't love my husband, I don't love my kids. I do love them so much. But I know there is more to life, and I know that God is calling me for something to stand up, to get the space that I need to occupy, to be able to create a family wherein each one is able to speak up, each one is able to express without judgment, each one is able to really be who they want to be without saying yes to what society dictates, without saying yes to what everyone around is telling us to do. So that's me. And if you are someone who is feeling burnt out in your marriage, feeling lost in the relationship because you have given up your everything, let's have a conversation and I can help you with that.
Congratulations, Coach Tien. Thank you so much for your message. Yes, okay, that's a live, not a can. Oh, sound,
Yes,
right?
live po kami dito.
Thank you so much, Coach Tien.
Thank you.
Okay, so the first one talks about fear. The second one talks about, so TJ spoke about fear. Coach Maan talk about your value, how worthy you are, how worthy are you living your life, how you are seeing your life as a worthy individual. Coach Tien talks about, and women, talks about women, the value of women in raising up a family. She's calling all of you women out there and see the value, the truth that we can build a thriving family. Apart from the traditional thoughts, apart from the normal dictates of the society, Coach Teen is calling you out to be helped, and she's ready to help. So let's call on right now ang nagbabalik. Okay, is it worth it? Coach Rizal, ROM.
Hello. Yes. Great great afternoon. So again, my name is Coach Rizal. I'm coming in live from Decaf Coffee Republic. So this is the home of certified life coaches here in the Philippines. So for this afternoon, this is actually taking off from my um last
Speech.
week. Yes, because that speech is actually what happened to me like yesterday, kahapon lang, so bagong-bago to. So, reflecting on that, like the question from there is, I mean, taking off from the question, is it worth it? Like when you fight for something, like your calling, your purpose, or something that you want most in your life, is it worth it? Like, is it worth the fight?
Yeah.
So it happened to me. It happened to me yesterday. So that was like a whole day of fighting and standing up and believing that I can get in inside our the program of Master Coach A, which is the Master Tribe Apprentice, Master Builder Apprentice. There. Okay, so I went through exactly what I throw in for everyone. Is it worth the fight? So I can say that I was able to get in. I am in.
Yay!
I am inside Master Tribe Builder Apprentice now. Okay, so all I can say after going through that battle and asking myself from time to time if it is really worth it, all I can say is the harder the battle, the sweeter is the victory. So I
Awesome.
am here, smiling, joyful, because indeed, the harder the battle, the sweeter is the victory. And victory is the sweetest where the battle is the greatest. So if you are in for your battle right now, I know it's tough, it's challenging, but I am here saying to you that it's okay. Just stand firm there. Just get what you have to do and just focus. And then again, I just want to say that victory is sweeter where the battle is the greatest. So keep on fighting, keep on believing yourself. You will get it. You will really get it as you will continue to stand firm. For indeed, the battle is the Lord's. All you need to do is to stand firm, to stand firm, and to stand firm. Thank you, Master Coaching.
Congratulations, Coach Rizel. Yes, Master Builder Apprentice. Yes. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much, Coach Rizel. Congratulations. All right. So, is it worth it? Yes, you said it's worth it. Okay. Keep the battle up. Keep fighting for what you want. That's the message of Coach Rizel. Let's bring on screen for the first time, Coach Orville. Unmute, Coach Orville.
Ayan, hello po. Good afternoon, everyone. Woo! The feels. Okay, first time, let's talk about standard. Standard. I
Wow.
remember start before life coaching, really walking. One time, one night talaga struck my mind. I feel void. Like, yung feeling talaga, maalala yung moment when you start to feel void.
Yeah.
And just, I really realized that night na I already mastered or I already thriving to a standard na hindi ko alam kung kanina lang galing.
Oh,
Like I already
wow.
you do thriving in my corporate, thriving on what really I do, getting the money that I really support my lifestyle. But then really the question is why do I still feel the void even though alam ko nagta-thrive dun sa standard na yun? And three question or three things that I learned this past 2 years is first, the question, what do I really want? Like, given the chance, wala nakadikit na ibang tao, what is it that I really want? Like,
Yeah.
let's give ourselves yung chance na yun. Really be selfish, really defining writing what we really want. Given the chance, 2 to 3 years, baka mabuhay tayo for the next 40 years, what is it that we really want?
Yeah.
And number two is, where are we right now? Where are we right now? Answering that question points to forgiveness. Let's forgive
Wow.
ourselves to what happened and really acknowledge the wins and really celebrate the learnings. It's either we win, we learn. We learn because we fail forward.
Yeah.
And number three is, given the chance, what personal standard would you like to use to fill the gap or to start the journey from where are you right now at kung saan ka papunta?
Wow.
Always go back with the question, what are you becoming with the current standard kung saan ka ngayon? Because in order for us to get kung ang tama or mali, really like, babalik ka dun sa unang tanong, ano yung vision mo? Saan ka papunta? Where are you right now? And really, the feeling the gap is really it's an output of self-love na ika nga. Like for the longest time, ano nga ba yung self-love na it's really giving yourself a chance to fight and really live the life that you really wanted to be. So doing the standard doesn't mean you really need to blend in, because
Yeah.
most of the time kala natin we need to follow standard to blend in para hindi tayo masaktan, pero truth of the matter, nasasaktan tayo if we keep doing it because we don't
Yeah.
even know what the standard is.
Yeah.
So if you're in that current season of your life, I'm Coach Orville, from shyness to shyness. If you really wanted to care less of what others might think and to do more or to care more of who you are and what you really wanted to do, let's have a conversation. Yun po.
Thank you so much, Coach Orville. Let's have a conversation. If you are one person who wants to break out and break free from your shyness, so you finally shine in the calling that you have in life. Thank you so much, Coach Orville. Take it away, Coach Candy Teng. Unmute. Unmute po. You're still muted, Coach. No. Ate Maureen, please. Coach Maureen, take it away first.
Hello. Dalawa na si Coach Candy. Hello.
Oh.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon, Master. Good afternoon, everyone. This afternoon, I really want to talk to the work professionals out there. I want to tell you that thriving in the workplace is possible.
Wow.
That it's not because most of the time we only think that we are just surviving. We just go to work, we just go to work, wake up, go to work 8 hours, and then after that you sleep, and then the cycle goes again, goes back again, and every day, ganun lang. And sometimes I feel that void in your heart that there's something missing, and you know in your heart that you can do something else. You know in your heart that you are called for greater purpose, and that's what I want to help you in. I want to help you out to find your purpose, to live your life of purpose and joy in your workplace, because you are called there, wherever you are right now. It's not an accident that you are there. It's not an accident that you got that job. And your value, regardless of your position, regardless of your job title or the amount that you're getting right now, remember that you are valuable. And because you are valuable, you can create value. And that is related to the very purpose, the very design that God has given you. And thriving is possible. And that's my unstoppable dream, Master. I want to build a community of work professionals. I want to build a community of 1 million work professionals thriving inside out of the workplace. That you don't have to leave your workplace to find your purpose.
I like that.
But
Yeah.
it's actually there. You just have to embrace it and just have to embrace it and step out of your comfort zone and receive it in your heart that it is you. So
Thank
if
you
you
so
want-
much.
that's it,
Yeah.
all, Master. Thank you.
It's a beautiful message, Coach Maureen, because normally not everyone grasps the point that you can thrive and you can be your person, like your fullest potential, even if you're still at work. Because right now, when people think that you're working, that you're still in the corporate world, they're thinking, this is just like my stepping stone, that I will go out and I will build my own business. But what if your calling is really the workplace? And so, I also agree, Coach Maureen, that thriving is a season. So if you are in a season that you're supposed to stay in the workplace, that it's not yet time for you to have your own business, that it's not yet your time to be out of that ecology, then Coach Maroon said it's possible to thrive. Thank you so much, Coach Maureen, with your message. All right, so Coach Sean De Hoya, take it away.
Hello. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Master Coach A, for giving me an opportunity to speak here. I know it's so red here, right? I'm here at Decap Coffee Republic, and my message to you is, well, let me share a story first. When I was growing up, we were a family of not so rich, poor family kami, mga And I experienced a time where I needed to, stitch my slippers because it already has, nasira na yung dulo. And it has a hole already in the sole. And
Okay.
when I was growing up, my dad worked so hard for us to be able to have a better life. When I was in grade school, I think, well, I can remember it was in grade five, and
Uh-huh.
I imbibed that's something that as a man of the house, you need to start working on that, and you need to start working on creating a better family for you, a better life for your family. And when I graduated in college, I went to Metro Manila and started work. I've experienced a time where I needed to ride a jeepney, hanging on for dear life because you need to go
Nakasabit.
home when it's raining. Oo, nakasabit ka doon in Pasay City going at home para lang makauwi, para lang makauwi ka on time because you need to work in the next day. And those are some of the challenges that we experience. And at times we get to question ourselves, is this really the life that we wanted? Is there a better life for us? Is there something that we can do a lot better? Because we at times focus on the negative things that's happening in our life that we tend to uh, miss being grateful for what we have, like being alive, being able to wake up in the morning, being able to support our families with
Mhm.
those small little things. And I realized how important it is for us to be grateful and in everything that we do. Appreciate the small little things, is appreciate the things that sometimes we don't have, and being hopeful that if we continuously work hard for it, we continuously strive for it, eventually it's going to be given to you. I've been in the corporate for 14 years, and one of the goals that I have in there was to get promoted every 2 to 3 years. I was fortunate enough to be able to achieve that, some 6 months, some 9 months, some 2 years, 3 years. And there's always hope. There's always hope for you as long as you believe in yourself, you believe that things will go well, and you believe that someone will support you, even at times that person is not there. That person trusts you and believes in you, that in your heart you can move forward, you can take action, and you can live the life that you want, because it's only in your heart that you can be able to create the life that you have. Stop from wandering from left to right, relationship to relationship, and what have you, and really wander towards the dream that you want to achieve, because you have it. And if you're ready for that, you're someone who is ready to move forward and to take action, I would like to invite you to one of my programs, which is called the Corporate Nuts and Bolt Coaching Program. If you're someone who wants to, really have that skill, that expertise, the knowledge for you to put all of the pieces together and succeed in your life and create a better life for yourself and your family. Let's have a conversation. I'm happy to support you, and I know that you would be able to achieve the life that you want when you are ready. I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach Sean. Congratulations. Yeah, there's always hope. Yes. Okay, let's call on screen Coach Candy Teng. Tingnan natin kung pwede na si Coach Candy Teng.
Hello! Ayan,
I can
okay
hear you.
na. Hello, everyone. Great afternoon. So for this afternoon, I really want to talk to you about pain, healing, and your superpower. Oftentimes, people want healing. They search for healing. They do all sorts of healing modalities. But
Yeah.
there is something about healing that not everyone talks about. That healing is a process from within. That
Yeah.
healing is a painful process. Healing, unlike ano yun, popular beliefs na ano siya, that healing is all serenity, all love and everything. Healing is a very painful process because healing requires for you to look into your pain and to be able to embrace your pain. And that is the start of the process of loving yourself. Pain, how do you see pain? What is your greatest pain? What is your most shameful moment? What are you hiding? What is it that you wish naiyak ako, no one can see? Have you ever thought of pain as a gift? Or have you always thought that pain is your cage? Pain is a gift. It tells you something. It tells you where you need to change. It tells you where something is needed for you to look into. But most often, we treat our pain as our very own cage. If you really want to journey through your healing, if you're in a state of your brokenness, if you're in a state that you cannot accept yourself, if you're in a state that you are giving up on yourself, kaya natin to. I invite you to courageously look at your pain.
Okay. That's
Look
good.
at the pain, embrace that pain. Because in that pain, we will be able to unlock the greatest gift. And what is that greatest gift? That is your story. That is your message to the world. That is your unstoppable dream.
Okay.
That is your superpower. My unstoppable dream is to be a safe and healing space for people who suffers emotionally and mentally from trauma. A space where they are allowed to see hope and a life full of limitless possibilities, even in their own pain, even in their own brokenness. A place where you would be feeling loved, accepted, and even if you can't believe in yourself, there will be people who will believe in you
Amen.
because you
Awesome.
are not alone. Healing is a journey, it is a lifelong journey, and healing is possible if you have the right ecology,
That's right.
if you are in the right ecology. You are broken, yes, but know this in your heart that you are gracefully broken for a purpose. You are
That's right.
gracefully broken to live life to its fullest
Thank
because you
you.
have to break in order for you to become who you truly are, whole in God's eyes. So thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Coach Candy Teng. Woo! Crossover.
Ginaya.
Thank you. Congratulations. And now let's call on Coach Marife. Okay, nagsisignal na yung yung connection ni Coach Marife. Coach Marife, take it away. Please unmute. Yes. You're here all the
Master
way from
Coach,
Region 8.
nawawala-wala po yung aking signal. But anyway, let me get my message to the moms. Am I being heard?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I just want
You're
to
making
reach
it.
out. I just want to talk to the moms, to the mothers who are currently having difficulty right now, connecting with their children, having difficulty understanding the situation they're in,
Yeah.
having difficulty, understanding the situation you are in. I would just like to reach out to you, and I just want to your situation can always be better. You can overcome whatever situation you are in. You are an overcomer, and you just simply have to learn how to create a wonderful relationship at home. So I'm Coach Marife. I'm a professional life coach from Tacloban City, and I am my mission is to strengthen every family and the facility that nurtures growth so
We
that
will make it. Mm-hmm.
your children will grow as individual who will thrive in their God-given design. So that's simply my message. Coach A, hope I'm coming in clear with the
Yes.
signal going.
Okay. Why don't we bring everybody on screen, Master E? Thank you so much, Coach Marife. Don't leave. Okay, let's have a photo off with everyone on the screen right now. People from the backstage will call you on screen. Yes, give a shout out. Yes. Yes, congratulations, Coach Marife. We can still see you. All right, so take a look at the screen. Let's have a photo off. We're waiting for Coach Rizel. Let's wait for our Coach Rizel. She's still on a blank hole in there. There you go. All right, so don't leave yet. Okay, so let's have a conversation. How do you feel about today? Okay, so that we're still live, but I want you to share your feeling, your emotion, your state of mind right now, because number one, you've done a great job. Give a hand, come on, give a hand. Congratulations. Yeah, I love the message. You're giving me a lot of inspiration to prepare my course, okay, my training for you. And yes, as I committed, as you continue to show up and do your share, I am committing to train you for free starting March. So I'm excited for that. Thank you for giving you so much inspiration. So if you are watching and you haven't tried to be on stage with me, you still have one more Tuesday. Okay, so the only people who will achieve or will avail of the free training, series of training, so it's not just one. Okay, so I'm going to be releasing the whole content by next week, okay, or late this week. Okay, everyone who get on screen. Okay, so you only have one more opportunity. I am committed to give the package for free. So you're not going to pay me for anything. Just show up. That's the price you're getting for trusting me on screen. Like, I value people's trust, and I'm excited for you. Okay? The training will cover everything until you are able to monetize it. That until people, including the cheat sheet, including your contracts, including how you will say, what's my worth? Okay? So we're gonna cover it all for free. So for those of you who's watching and you haven't got on stage, okay, you only have one more chance to join me for free next Tuesday. Okay, so let me talk to all of you, 9 people on the screen. How's today? So let me recap the conversation I shared with you. There are 3 talks. And these 3 talks happen whenever you have an opportunity to talk. Tatlo yan lagi. The first is what you plan. So many of you plan for today because you know that I'm going to be opening the floor. The talk that you actually have spoken. And the third would be the talk you wish you had. So now let's put this on trial now. What happened? Okay, so I'll go first with Coach Marife kasi siya yung nawawala-wala, okay? So, how's the 3 conversation, Coach Marife? What you plan, what you delivered, and right now, what you're thinking I should have said or the talk I should have given. Talk to me, Coach Marife. Take it away. Magdasal tayo, marinig natin si Coach Marife. Coach Marife? Unmute, Coach Marife. Nakamute ka po. Unmute pa tayo, Coach. Wala pa. Coach, you're there pero hindi ka namin marinig. We can't hear you. Wala, no? I can't hear her also. Okay, Coach Marife, no, we cannot hear you po. Okay. So, while waiting for Coach Marife, who wants to unmute first? Come on, you unmute and talk to me.
I think I can go ahead, Master Coach A.
Okay, Coach on.
What I wanted to give was not what I've said. I
Okay.
wanted to say something else, but I felt
Okay.
that I wanted to give a side of my story that I haven't really talked about, which is the more good side and the inspirational side, if I could say that. When I was growing up, and especially the not so good side when I was still little. Kasi yun yung story talaga that when I share that in the workplace and people get inspired about it. We really started from the ground up, being a poor family, then eventually working towards that. And it's a great feeling to be able to share it, especially if you're authentic about it, you accept it, you acknowledge it that it's part of you, and
Okay.
it just gives an inspiration to others. So what I actually gave is not what I was wanting to give.
Not
What
your
I wish
plan?
I, oh, not the plan.
Okay.
Pero what I wish to give, I think ito yon. I think this is what I wanted to give.
Oh. Okay.
Ayun.
What else
Yeah.
can be improved for what you wish you have given?
Um, I never, so I didn't plan for it. I think what really works for me is journaling, writing down my experiences back then, and reflecting on it, and
So it becomes
putting more
natural.
context. Yeah, putting more
So it natural.
context. Yeah,
Okay.
natural maybe discuss. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you see. So now you're mindful. There are 3 talks. Okay? So 3 talks would always be available. Okay? The talks that you plan, the talks that you have actually given, and the talks that you wish you have given. So that's the reason why even after you have spoken, there's a lingering thoughts and you can hear yourself still talking. How many times you've heard that? Until
Yeah.
later on, you will rehearse what you said. And
Parang
you will
sinabi ko.
say, hey, it's done already. Don't rehearse.
True.
You realize that? And people would say, why am I rehearsing? It's over. It's because there are always 3 talks. Make sense? Okay. Coach Marife, can we hear you now? Coach Marife, talk. She's coming all the way. Yes, Coach Marife? Take it away. We can't hear you, Coach Marife. You can talk na po. Hello? Yes? Okay, traveling ang internet. Okay, traveling ang internet. Hindi yung tao ang traveling. Sige, somebody unmute first.
Ako na lang, master. Ako na
Okay,
lang
Coach
talaga.
Candy Teng. Okay, go.
Yes. So yung in my experience no, yung plan kasi it's kanina lang talaga I suddenly just decided to join. But 'di ba yung I still had the time to think of what I wanted to really give. So
Okay.
alam mo yun may tinype ako. But
Oo.
then again, nung when I was already no live talaga. When I was already speaking, hindi yun talaga. It just became a guideline.
Yeah.
But it just naturally flowed yung heart mo, it just naturally flowed. And ang result niya is I really wanted to talk about more about self-love. But at that moment, ang lumabas talaga is pain and
Pain.
healing. Because that's where really you encounter what self-love really is. So, yun yung naturally lumabas. And then doon sa what I wish, I have given, siguro yun more structured, I mean that terms that I wanted to use. Nagbulol kasi yung dila
Parang
ko.
Coach Con, sana na plano ng maayos.
Kasi nawawala yung train of thoughts. Alam mo, nandun ka sa moment, tapos ganon.
Tapos narinig mo yung sarili mo.
Oo, sinikisan.
Tapos nainis ka. Ano ba yun? Bakit yun ang sinabi ko? It's common. It's common,
Yes.
Coach Candy Teng. Okay, so in a journey, in pursuit of mastering the art of public speaking, matuto kang i-embrace ang pagkakamali. Matuto ka. Normal yan, okay? So, iba yung gusto mong sabihin, iba yung lumalabas, tapos naiinis ka sa sarili mo. Okay? So, kasi naririnig mo ano ba yung sinasabi ko? Bakit ito? But you're already there because the train of thoughts is already flowing. And you cannot hop out. That's why if you
Yes.
notice kanina, if you grasp it, I said, it's important that your thoughts is clear. Your mind is clear and your heart is free from unforgiveness. Lumalabas talaga siya. Oo. Yung talagang may sinabi ka na parang, bakit ko siya sinabi? Diba? It's coming in there. So, naririnig siya. Okay? So, yung pagkabulol, okay, actually, merong science din yan kung bakit tayo nabubulol. Kasi
Utak.
at that moment, yung utak natapos na siya. Diba? Tapos na siya sa conversation, tapos hinahabol mo. So, hindi nagko-connect yung timing. So, meron din siyang reason bakit. So, minsan binibit natin yung sarili natin, but instead of beating, we need to understand the science behind. Bakit tayo nagkakaganon? Because when we understand the science behind, it's not only that we are forgiving, but we can also plan for, sabi nga nila, when shit happens. Kasi mangyayari talaga. 'Di ba? Yung mga seasoned speaker, makikita nyo pa nagkamali sila, they can make fun of it. 'Di ba? Parang ang mas ano pa parang meron pa silang standing ovation pag nagkamali, 'di ba? Kasi nga they're able to master it and there are no longer slave to the perfection. Okay? We'll learn more of that. Okay, sino pa? Who wanna share? Come on.
Coach.
Yes, DJ.
So from the last Tuesday, I just want to compare it what I did today. Last Tuesday kasi yung biglaan. So
Yes.
you have that rush of thoughts that you
Ah,
want to say all at once kaso nga lang constrained ka with 3 minutes.
Mm-mm.
So you try to trim down the fat to the meat of what you need
Meat.
to say without
Ah.
sounding convoluted.
Ah.
What I like today from what I did from last Tuesday was I was prepared. What you said, you had the plan, then you have the actual, then you have your
Wish.
afterthought. So the actual mostly jive to what I planned. However, I've always learned and I've always watched great speakers that the plan does not need to be too detailed because you're just memorizing it. It will not connect to who you are speaking to, but
Correct.
it will just alienate more. So what I did was I just centered on the topics that I needed to say and the points that I need to send across. So from there, I try to flesh it out depending on the reaction of the
Audience.
audience. So if the audience seem interested, then I expound a little. If the audience seems bored, I try a new tactic to get their attention. Then what comes after the afterthoughts is I get to practice people reading skills, not just public speaking, because public speaking entirely relies on you reading the people and how you can engage them more.
Yeah.
So that's what I've learned from watching a lot of speakers and actually speaking publicly myself, though not in a large crowd, pero yung usual na crowd na meron ka,
Conversation na may tao.
conversation, and so you get to apply that. And yung sinasabi nga nabubulol, you stutter sometimes. The best way that I thought, the best way that I applied to limit that for myself, kasi I also stutter, is to take that pauses. The
The power
pauses, yes, the power pauses. The pauses will give power. The pauses will give the weight to what you're saying and the emphasis. So today, the speech that I gave, the lessons about responses to fear was an application of that. So yun, coach. And
Congratulations.
I was satisfied for what I did today, and I'm still looking to improve on the afterthought. Yeah.
Yes. The afterthought is something because the afterthought is a preparations to the next stage, to the next speech. All right. And that's where many people also miss the fact that when you beat yourself to death on your afterthought, your after speech, the next time you're so scared to talk. Okay? That's why now that you understand that there are 3 speeches, there are 3 talks, be mindful of the 3 talks. Because the last type of talk prepares you to the next. That's the reason why you're so scared to death on the next speaking engagement because you the third speech which you never had. You see, the thing is the third speech you never had. You never get to deliver. The first type where you plan, it's an anticipating thing. It's beautiful because you're excited. But the last part would always be, what I have done. And I'll tell you, even what seemingly perfectly given speech, even naka-standing ovation, meron ka pa ring sana. I hope. What if? Naka-standing ovation na nga. May issue ka pa rin. Okay? So the last part, the last type of speech is something that you have to be mindful of. Because the last speech, remember that, yan ang inuulit-ulit mong gawin. Kahit tapos na yung stage. Ang gastos ng oras kasi paulit-ulit mo siyang nire-rehearse tapos hindi mo naman siya ma-deliver. Coach Maan?
Wait, yan. Hi, Coach. For me, di ba sinabi ko naman initially na parang it's what I planned on saying. Pero dun sa kalagitnaan, may bigla akong parang
naramdaman.
Parang may para akong biglang binago. So, feeling ko nawala yung, I mean, I think the message, it's what I planned to say, but I guess how I said it or yung how I explained it, kung paano siya naging mas malaman, doon ako nagkulang ng sa planning and all. So, iyon. So, pero, so yun. So, parang yun siya yung talk na sana, hindi, parang basta, yun, sana kulang. But, on the other side of it, it allowed me to go over my fear of speaking to people that, kasi yun yung isa ko major fear talaga, yung sa anxiety, yung magsasalita kung anong sasabihin ng iba. Tapos, kanina nga, di ba, tinatry ko wag tumingin. So, syempre, tinitignan ko kayo kasi kayo yung kausap ko, Master Coach. Syempre, di ba, medyo stoic lang muna yung mukha, ganyan. So, pag may nakikita ko na parang stoic, kahit na siguro, syempre, pinaprocess mo lang yung sinasabi and you're doing something else na hindi naman, para akong biglang na-stress na, parang hindi siya interested. So, para akong biglang, kaya ako parang nangarag. Pero yun nga, parang, it's also a lesson for me na, yun din, on how to plan, how to always make sure that I engage the attention. And also yung part na, yung me getting over na, okay lang, parang you don't have to, you just find one. So, kanina after nun, ang inisip ko na lang, sige, merong, ang ginawa ko kasi, nandito yung daughter ko, di ba? So, parang inisip ko na lang, kunwari siya yung kausap ko, para medyo meron akong, para kunwari, I'm speaking to you, kahit na nakatingin sa camera, kasi, pag hindi talaga, mag-ano ko. Pero yun,
mawawala ka.
Yun, but I, at least I got over the fact of sharing the message sa tao na parang hindi, yun nga, yung mga new people na parang sinasabihan and kinakausap. Kasi yun yung major fear ko talaga.
Yeah. Coach Maan, you know what? I know how you felt because it happened to me. Because normally I'm used to speaking at DCAP and then that's being aired live via FB Live. So I have a people conversing with me. And then when we went online, when we started going online, I know that my core team, I know the coaches are there and they're supporting. And then one time I had this invitation, I had this speaking engagement where I don't see the crowd. I like zero. But here's the super duper traumatic experience. There are people on the backstage. Like what happened to you. And here's the thing, all the speakers, all the people on the backstage, I didn't realize that, were also speakers like me. Like they're part of the organization, but they were speaking, and they're not speakers by themselves. So they were so stressed, and they were so like nervous, so their face was really pangit. Like when I say pangit, it's not good for your mental health. Like as if, like gusto ka nilang kagatin, ganong feeling. And it was negative. And so you just imagine that face that you have seen earlier. If you can see 10 of that, 20 of that, 5 of that. See, that's what happens to many speakers who are not prepared to face the audience. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. It's the content of our heart. Because when we see that, okay, we think that they're responding negatively to us. But in my case, I've learned through the years, when the facial expression changes, it could probably mad. I could see that. I could see the anger. To me, I'm grateful, honestly. It could probably, at sometimes, it seems like they're angry at me. That's how I interpreted it. But I'm grateful because at least at that moment in time, I'm able to make that person touch base with her reality, with her truth. That person might be angry of what I said, but it's my hope, my faith, and my belief that words will allow her to reflect. And so I'm okay. It's something that we will have to master. It is something that we have to learn, but it will always come from the posture of our heart. Because when your heart is full of negative emotions and forgiveness, you will retaliate. And even if you've given the best speech, the best talk, you can't enjoy it. Because there's one person in the crowd that seems to be wanting to eat you. So like everybody is applauding. Everybody's so happy. And you could not figure it out. There's one person who's so cranky and so angry looking at you. And then you try to defend all you want. But truth of the matter, it's a reflection of what's happened inside the person's heart. So be grateful that at that moment in time, you have been a channel of blessing to that person, although it seems not so good. Take it away. Next person, please.
Hello po.
Yes, Coach Arvin.
Ako naman, Sir Coach, as in, gulat. At to be honest, the start is, mag-work ako, tapos papakinggan ko po talaga. Tapos yung pala, this really the chance to speak. Ito pala yung nangyari last week, which is, ngayon ko lang alam. So, the number one na nakatulong sa akin to deliver this speech is yung number 3. Yung like, yung wish ko na sana nabigay ko. Really taking off kung yung mga experiences ko rin before. Tapos, thank you for saying that, like, you really, dun sa utak natin, really need to release the negativity and really, really give, forgiveness sa puso. Of course, parang sinabi ko sa heart ko, okay, yan, release natin negative. Tapos sa heart, okay, this is a chance for me, like, I forgive you. Tapos ito, bawiin natin, ito yung trip nating sabihin last time, so gawin na natin to, this is a chance, para ganun. So, yeah, I really believe I did great. So, masaya po.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
And, yan, really the awareness po. May 3 pala. Yung what you planned and actually spoken. It's very clear. Tapos yung talaga matitira talaga after every talk. Which is yun nga. Tapos yung after. So, I think this is yung result ng after ko dun sa mga previous talk. Kasi, like, ang ginawa ko lang, one word, standard. So, let's talk about standard. So, ganun po. Then,
and you're able to flow from there, right?
Yeah, ganun po. So, masaya. And really the awareness, malaking tulong po yung awareness dun sa 3 na yan. And the heart and mind. Yep.
If you are watching, we've got other people who still watching and viewing this conversation. It's a beautiful thing, and we could do this offline, but I wanted intentionally to do this online so that if you are thinking, do I have a chance in public speaking? Can I have a conversation? Can I still express myself? Yes, you are. So not everyone, like, I don't have anyone on screen right now who's a professional speaker. Okay, we don't not. Okay, but we all speak. We all train. We do coaching. We do training programs. Okay, but none of these people on screen that you see is what you called or the stereotyping of professional speakers. And so that's where I want you to be encouraged. Listen to their thoughts. Listen to their expressions. Listen to what concerns them, because it might speak of your situation today, and you start thinking, I have a chance. I have a chance and a lifetime to learn and finally soar high and unlock different opportunities because I finally get to conquer my fear of public speaking. Coach Tien?
Yes, for me, Master Coach, before, di ba nakinig ako kanina, but before it was my turn to speak, I already wrote something.
Yeah.
That is where I'm gonna take off. Well, I was able to deliver the conversation I really want to give, and the conversation that I actually gave. But for the third part, it's more of, I wish I could have said something. Wait lang, nagsulat ka na nga, pero hindi mo. But I
kulang
came from
din.
Parang feeling ko kulang pa din. But I came from a space that what's important for me is I was able really to deliver the message. And I came from that, yung sinabi mo kanina, that your mind should be empty and your heart should be have that forgiveness. So doon ako nag-take off that when I started to speak, nag-flow na lang din siya. And I don't care about the imperfections. I don't care kung may naulit ako or something. What's important is really delivering the message. But I really, it would have been great if I could have gotten the third part as well, where I could have given the conversation that I really wish I could have given. But it's done. So sabi ko, okay na.
You'll have
So
a
dun
next
po ako
chance of a
nag-take up.
lifetime. So it's okay. It's okay. Now
Yes.
you're very aware. There are 3 types. Okay?
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, we've got Coach Rizel and Coach Maureen. Am I correct?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go next. Sa akin po, it helped na I started with the people that I wanted to talk to. Dun sa ano. But I have people that I try. I have plans, no. May mga ano din ako na gusto
May
kong
mga pinlano.
Opo, pero hindi siya lumabas. Hindi siya lumabas dun sa actual. And then, but I think it really helped because I flowed, and nag-flow lang talaga nung
Yeah.
time that I given my thoughts. But there are, same with Coach Tin, there are still things na parang sayang di ko pala nasabi yun. May gusto akong sabihin nung plinano ko tapos di ko nasabi, sayang. But ayun po, it's a nice experience. It's really a great experience because I never thought that I could do this like yung super impromptu and then na-deliver po siya.
Yes, it's possible. It's possible. And the more that you are mindful of what you wanted to say, the more that you have reasons why you will continue to speak. Okay, so that's where the disconnect oftentimes, that when you learn that you have a lot of things you missed, okay, trust me, it's still happening. It would normally happen to me. I've conducted 47 classes and of certification. I would always say, I should have said that. I wish I could have, I remember to say that example and all. And let it fuel you. So how I wish, let it fuel you. Let it fuel you that you will grab the next opportunity to speak. Instead of you being scared, say to yourself, hey, we're practicing anyhow. We've got a third speech. So let this third speech be the groundworks for my next talk. Coach Rizel?
Yes. Sa end ko po, Master, as I planned.
As
Gusto
I
kong, wala naman din akong, wala akong iniisip na after after ng speech. I wanna learn. So, gusto ko yung pakiramdam na kinakabahan, na natatakot. Natatakot kayo na way kasi hindi mo alam what's the next word. Kasi naniniwala ako mas lalabas yung puso mo doon.
Yes.
And then, pag na-encounter mo yung heart mo, may isip mo after na, so yun pala talaga yung gusto niya. Although, medyo risky siya kasi baka wala kang masabi, no? Pero pag wala kang masabi, just ulitin mo lang yung mo. Yung sinasabi mo just to emphasize a point. But seriously, no, Master, I'm enjoying this because I want to learn. And that feeling, yung adrenaline rush, is what I appreciate. So I want to learn more kung paano yung mga dynamics. So I am grateful for this platform po. Thank you, Master.
Okay, so since you are, I'm sure, okay, you are really preparing your heart to go through a training on public speaking. What I wanted you to start really asking yourself is, why do you want to become a professional speaker and deliver this particular message? Like, do it from a professional standpoint. Like, yes, we know we can create a movement. We are tribe builders here. And really, public speaking is a vehicle for us to share our message as we build the tribe. But we also, okay, you know that I'm also a proponent of monetizing our talents, right? From talents to income, right? So, and professional speakership is really a very, very lucrative profession. And it's also an opportunity for you to advance your advocacy. It's also an opportunity for you to be seen by your coaching clients. All right. So keynote speakership globally can be very expensive. As high as 750,000 US dollar for 1 hour rate. You can go higher than that. Yes, that's right. In my class where I recently had, one of our fellow classmates just landed a 250,000 US dollar keynote speakership. So that's how expensive it could be. But I want you to take off the value, the money, because that rate will come naturally as you deliver value. Take off. However, I want you to dream in your heart to be professional in giving public speaking. So I want you to come into terms if this is really something you want to do to bless other people. What is your why of becoming a professional speaker? And why would you like to talk this particular topic? What's inside of your heart? Why this particular topic resonates with you? Later on, we'll dissect it and we'll see the market, we'll see the stage, we'll see the audience, we'll see the organizations that you can connect with as we prepare your one sheet. So there's like one sheet of paper that you need to prepare, that you need to circulate, and you can get invitations to podcasts, you can get invitations to other organizations. But what you put inside that one sheet of paper matters to be true. Otherwise, you become a professional speaker, but it's not connecting with your heart. In a platform of life coaching, we want you to be the best version of yourself because that version is what comes from your heart. That's how God created you to be, and that's God's calling you to be. So that's the best version that you're able to live according to your calling, to your purpose, and according to your original design. Not out of your fears, not out of your defenses, not out of your walling up, but truly that message. And yet, as a professional speaker, we want to deliver it from a space, not just of objectivity, but from a space of growth. In this community, thank you so much for all of you watching. We grow, we expand, we thrive through the platform of life coaching. And how we do it, we train, we build a tribe, and we coach you along the process. When you speak, even you speak of pain, when you speak even from a space of fear, when you speak and share your message even from a space of abuse, we do it not as a vindictive approach, not just as a response to hurt other people, but as a professional speaker, we stand as a responsible channel of blessing. That's the big difference. So that's why I want to call you on and say, when we learn, our heart's desire is to be professional in what we do. That's why we don't run. Professional speakers don't run. Professional speakers don't speak from a space of anger. Professional speakers don't speak from a space of revenge. As a professional speakers, we are very responsible with our message because our message changed humanity, because our message changed how people see things. Whether we are a coach, whether we are a motivational speaker, whether we are a trainer, a public speaker who is professional would always come from a standpoint of using the tongue as a blessing and not a vessel of cursing. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for another live episode of Tuesday with Master Coach A. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. There is one more show. There is one more episode next Tuesday that I would like you to come in, hop in, and join me. Press the button, join me live, and receive my gift of a free training on public speakership. Become a professional speaker and unlock your doors of opportunities for a lot of things that you wanted to do in life, but definitely change humanity through your message. Good night, everyone. I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye. Love Bamboo. Unmute.
Love
Bamboo.
Love Bamboo.
Love Bamboo.
Love Bamboo. Love Bamboo.
Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.